They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but in Hollywood's golden age, some pictures were worth thousands of dollars just to stay hidden from your eyes. Behind the velvet curtains and the glamorous lights, cameras captured moments that were never meant to leave the darkroom. Suppressed scandals, breakdowns behind the masks, and shocking truths about our favorite legends that producers tried to destroy forever. Today, we dig into the forbidden archives to show you the side they tried to hide. Get ready, because what you are about to see is the real, dark face of the Dream Factory. And I promise you, photo number 5 will completely change your perception of the Marilyn Monroe legend. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, The Unseen Era, for more secrets. In this shot, James Dean appears just hours before his tragic passing in 1955. He was smiling next to his brand new Porsche 550 Spider, famously nicknamed Little Bastard. What the photo doesn't show is the prophecy that occurred minutes before it was taken. When actor Alec Guinness saw the car, he told Dean verbatim, "If you get into that car, you will be found dead in it by this time next week." The shocking part? Exactly 7 days later, at that very same hour, the accident occurred that ended the legend of James Dean forever. This image wasn't just documenting a new car, it was documenting the last smile of a man racing toward his inevitable fate. Everyone remembers her as the princess who lived the dream. But the truth looked more like a nightmare. The photos you see now were taken the night before Grace Kelly left Hollywood forever to become the Princess of Monaco. Look closely at her eyes. Behind this makeup-free face, a deep-seated terror is hidden. Grace wasn't worried about the crown. She was terrified of the contract the studio forced upon her before her departure. It is said the photographer who captured this candid moment was given a choice: burn the negative immediately or face prison. It showed the future princesses in a state of human breakdown that didn't fit royal protocols. This shot was her last attempt to be herself before becoming public. The world always considered her to have the most beautiful eyes in cinema history, but behind that violet magic lay a medical secret producers tried to hide under tons of eyeliner. In this rare, extreme close-up, the truth Hollywood refused to admit is revealed. Elizabeth was born with a rare genetic mutation known as dystochiasis, or double eyelashes. Do you notice the density of her lashes? It wasn't just masterful makeup. In fact, when Elizabeth started her career as a child, directors asked her mother to wipe the makeup off her eyes, only to be shocked that these thick lashes were a natural gift. The studio hid this secret for years, fearing the public would see her as a freak rather than a beauty icon. But the truth is, this mutation gave her that unforgettable, magnetic gaze. While the world sang "Over the Rainbow" with her, Judy Garland was living a hidden hell behind the colorful curtains. This rare photo, long hidden in the dark studio archives, shows a teenage Judy during a brief break. Look at the circles under her eyes. In this moment, she wasn't just suffering from filming fatigue. She was under the influence of diet pills and stimulants that producers forced upon her to control her weight and maintain her energy. Hollywood never allowed this shot to be published. It would have ruined Dorothy's innocent image and revealed the hideous price child stars paid in that era. This image doesn't document a movie. It documents the beginning of an addiction and a psychological struggle that later destroyed her life, far away from the yellow brick road. Everyone knows the smile that lit up the world's screens, but very few saw what lay behind it. In this rare photo, captured by a rebellious photographer in a moment Marilyn wasn't prepared for, we see the face Hollywood didn't want you to see. Look at her eyes. There's no trace of glamour here, only an indescribable human exhaustion. Producers called her their most profitable commodity and banned any photographer from publishing shots that showed her in a state of weakness or sadness. It is said this specific image was smuggled out of the darkroom before it could be destroyed because it threatened the blonde bombshell perfection they had created. It's a shot that documents the struggle between the real woman and the legend suffocated by the glitter. Dolly Parton and her husband, Carl Dean, circa 1966. The couple met outside of a laundromat the day Parton arrived in Nashville in 1964. She was 18 and he was 21. My first thought was, I'm gonna marry that girl, Dean later revealed. My second thought was, Lord, she's good looking. And that was the day my life began. Audrey Hepburn and Julie Andrews at the Academy Awards, 1964. Andrews was passed over in favor of Hepburn for the role of Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady, which she had originated on stage. This freed her to play the title role in Mary Poppins, which earned her an Oscar for Best Actress. That night, Audrey reportedly told Julie, "You should have done it, but I didn't have the guts to turn it down. We were friends from then on," remembers Julie. Audrey Hepburn, nervously awaiting the announcement for Best Actress at the 26th Academy Awards ceremony, 1954. The actress won her first and only Oscar that night for her performance in Roman Holiday, 1953. The film helped establish her as a star and style icon. Despite this, she was very insecure, later saying, "I'm terribly self-conscious, and clothes give me a great deal of confidence. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I see the problems when I get up in the morning and do my best to look well. I'd have liked to have been not so tall, liked to have smaller feet, a larger figure, a smaller nose, to have been blonde. I'd have liked to have changed everything." Audrey Hepburn, touching up her makeup on the set of Breakfast at Tiffany's, 1961. The actress was initially hesitant to play the role of Holly Golightly, telling the New York Times, "I read the book and liked it very much, but I was terribly afraid I was not right for the part. I thought I lacked the right sense of comedy. This part called for an extroverted character. I am not an extrovert. I am an introvert. It called for the kind of sophistication that I find difficult. I did not think I had enough technique for the part, but everyone pressed me to do it, so I did." Meryl Streep, photographed by Dwayne Mickles, 1975. The picture was taken before she was famous, Michals remembers. "I had simply been told she was super talented, and big things were in the wings. We went uptown, ran around the Marquis Theater, and had a lot of fun. I asked her to dance and she was as joyful as she seemed in the photograph, just radiant. I always ribbed Frank about his strange effect on the female sex. Then, one night my infant daughter started to bawl blue murder. As a last resort, Frank took her in his arms and started to sing to her. At the end of a chorus and a half, she was blissfully asleep. I never kidded him again." Gene Kelly. Elvis Presley and Sophia Loren, photographed by Bob Willoughby at Paramount Studios, 1958. "I didn't know Elvis at all," said Loren. "We were both making films at Paramount and eating in the cafeteria, and we both thought, oh, I want to meet you. And so I sat in his lap, and we laughed like two kids. I played with his hair and joked about all the women who were screaming for him. We were really just like two little kids." Al Pacino, with his parents, Salvatore and Rose, 1940. The two divorced when he was just 2 years old. Following the separation, Al and his mother moved to the Bronx to live with his maternal grandparents. When my mother got home from work, she would take me to the movies," said Al. "It was her way of getting out, and she would take me with her. I'd go home and act out all the parts. It had a tremendous influence on my becoming an actor." Grace Kelly, far left, posing with her siblings, John, Margaret far right, and Elizabeth, at their summer home in Ocean City, New Jersey, 1948. The actress came from an athletic and sociable family. Grace's father, John, was a 3-time Olympic gold medalist in rowing. Her mother, Margaret, was the first female to head the Women's Physical Education Department at the Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania. As a result, the Kelly children were driven to excel in sports. Unlike the rest of her family, Grace was shy and introspective, preferring to play with dolls and invent stories. Much to her father's disapproval, Grace pursued the dramatic arts. Elvis Presley, stealing a kiss in a stairwell at the Mosque Theater in Richmond, Virginia, 1956. The woman was later identified as a 20-year-old named Barbara Gray. In a 2011 interview, the late photographer Alfred Wertheimer described how he nearly missed documenting the now iconic moment. "I come down this staircase and find these two people down this narrow hallway, and it's Elvis and the girl, and I say to myself, I have got to get closer." David Bowie and Elizabeth Taylor, photographed by Terry O'Neill, 1975. The iconic photo shoot was taken at director George Cukor's home in Beverly Hills, California. Cukor was planning on working with Elizabeth on an upcoming film, and I think she was interested in speaking to David about a possible role, O'Neill later wrote. Elizabeth certainly had a reputation for keeping people waiting, but on this day she was well matched. After an hour had gone by, I could tell her patience was waning. After another few hours, he finally arrived. Any anger was quickly dismissed, and they laughed like old pals. Of course, I had my camera. I wasn't going to miss this meeting. And you can see in these poses, which Elizabeth overly directed, there was chemistry between them. He didn't get the role, if it was even on the table, but they did become lifelong friends. Audrey Hepburn with her mother, Ella Van Heemstra, in London, 1949. "My mother was not an affectionate person," Audrey later said. "She was a fabulous mother, but she had a Victorian upbringing of great discipline, of great ethics. She was strict, very demanding of her children. She had a lot of love within her, but she was not always able to show it." Robert Redford and Paul Newman, on the set of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969. Newman fought to have Redford, the Hollywood newcomer, play his sidekick in the film. "He was considered a star at the time and I wasn't," remembers Redford. "From that point on, I had a great deal of affection for him, for what he did for me. He didn't have to do that." James Dean and Eartha Kitt, at Katherine Dunham's dance studio, New York, 1955. He, James Dean, said to me, "I want to move like you. Can you teach me how to move my body like you do on stage?" And I told him where to meet me, here in New York, and that's where we met for dance classes. These photos aren't just paper and ink. They are black holes in the wall of time, revealing that the golden age wasn't always as bright as we were told. But do you think that's all? In our next video, we're going even further. We will reveal the locked room that brought together two stars no one expected to meet, and the single photograph that ended the career of one of Hollywood's most powerful directors in one night. If you want to be the first to see those secrets before they are hidden once again, hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. My question before we go: which truth today shook your image of Hollywood the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. See you on the next journey back in time.